I'm giving myself 90 days to break my patterns, build real strength, and fully show up for myself. Good morning. It has been over a week since I finished filming my 90 Days Stronger series. I wanted to take you through my day today and show you what an average day has been looking like post-series, what I'm still keeping up with, maybe things I'm not doing. I'm going to give you some stats and some numbers, talk about changes, and answer some questions. I just got up and drove to the trail. Duncan and I are going to start today with a nice long walk. I haven't had coffee yet. I have this Naked energy drink I want to try. It's lemonade flavor. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm picky when it comes to energy drinks, so I'm not the biggest energy drink person. I'll let you know after our walk. But let's get out and get moving, start the day the best way. He is going crazy because we've been sitting in the car after I parked. So let's start with a nice long walk. Cheers. Happy challenge complete day. I did it. You know, I actually don't think I really like this. Maybe a different flavor would be better. I wanted to mention the Hume Health Body Pod that I love to use is still on sale for the rest of this month. You can stack my code on top of the sale for a total of up to 50% off. I love it so much. It'll be linked in the description box. Per usual, great morning walk. Felt good to move. Dunks is gonna be tired for a while. Now I'm gonna go get my actual workout done for the day. I am doing cardio and core today. I am so sore. I did a tumbling class Sunday night. I'm filming this on a Tuesday. Today's a Tuesday, and I was so sore yesterday. Even sore from the minute tumbling ended. Still sore today. Like, my calves are insanely tight. My neck, my shoulders, my upper back, my wrists. It's like everything in my body is stiff. So we're just doing some cardio. I don't even think any incline. Like, I'm just gonna get in some good steps. And that's fine, because my body is, weights, no, that would strain me, So cardio and core it is, because we still want to move, stay on track, let's go do it. On that note though, like, I genuinely had so much fun tumbling. I tried more things than I did last time. So this is the second tumbling class I've done in a year, and I was more brave. This time, I tried an actual pass on floor, which I was terrified to do last time. I was a little more brave on the springboard, whatever, and I just literally had the time of my life. And like, I really feel like when I'm treating my body so well, I can then obviously do more with it. And it genuinely makes me so happy and just feels so good. Like, after that class, and honestly, progressing throughout the series, I just feel like I'm getting my spark back. Like, I feel magical, I feel energized, I just feel so many things, so many good things. And I hope you can feel that, because I'm just like literally so happy. That's enough. Let's go to the cardio lounge. Hoping I can loosen up my body with this good walk. Maybe we'll do like a full body stretch, but it was so worth it. Like, genuinely so much fun. have decorated for Christmas. Also, clearly I've still been meal prepping. So I haven't filmed part of my series, I think in about a week and a half. It's been, matter of fact, the last day of it, I had Friendsgiving and then I had leftovers that lasted a few days. So of course I wasn't feeling my best, whatever. But after those ran out, I jumped right back into meal prep, and then it's Tuesday, right? So like I prepped for this whole week. And I genuinely love this. Like I plan to keep it as my lifestyle. Of course, there's gonna be weeks here and there where I don't meal prep, whether we have something going on, I wanna try a new recipe, that is fine. And I have all the freedom in the world to do so. But I genuinely just feel my best when I meal prep. I love that it's a very controlled variable. There's like less room for error and you don't have to make decisions. That's the good part about it. I still have been using the TDEE calculator, and then from there making the meal plans just through like ChatGPT for the week, so that I'm giving my body like the right amount of fats, carbs, and protein, right? And if I didn't feel like I was thriving off of these combinations in these meals, I wouldn't keep doing it. But they literally make me feel so good that I just want to keep doing this throughout the weeks. And it doesn't have to be boring and you don't have to eat the same thing every week. This is not a representation of that statement. This is rice, chicken, and broccoli and spinach. And I've been having these bowls for a while, but why I like it so much is I add a little soy sauce and then I add some Thai style sweet chili sauce. No, this is not like a healthy swap or anything. I mean, it's a lot of sugar and calorie dense, so I only add a little bit, but just a tiny bit of that. I have room in my like calories or whatever for it, and it just makes the meal taste so good. So it's like, something like that is so worth it. And so yeah, to answer that question, very long-winded, I plan to keep meal prepping. I have been meal prepping without filming and stuff, and it's a way of life. Like I just love it. I really do. You also just have so much more time in your week when you don't have to cook. Food is truly fuel, and when you're fueled properly, but still with enjoyment, I just think it opens so many doors. I could genuinely talk about this for like an hour because nutrition is so complex and everyone's relationships with food is so different. But for me personally, just finding this and having it click so much has made the world of a difference. It takes the guesswork out of it. It's genuinely hard to like know what's right for you until you try things and know like, okay, I should be having this amount of carbs with this meal to sustain me for this workout. Like, how do you just know that? So good. At home frosted sugar cookie latte. I feel so festive. Okay, let's get into probably what you're most interested to hear. Let's talk stats and just discuss the journey. To recap, this was 90 days long. My goals were weekly goals, some daily goals, but mostly weekly averages of minimum 10,000 steps a day, 4 strength training workouts a week, 7+ hours of sleep at night, drinking half of my body weight in ounces of water per day, doing one thing for my brain every day, eating 100 grams minimum of protein every day, and eating intentionally. I just wrote down all of the differences in my metrics from my body analyzer scale because yes, I do look different and I'm really happy about it. Of course, this is a continued journey. Like right now, it's not necessarily a destination, but it is nice to show you my progress within 3 months, right? So from 90 days ago till now, I have lost 12.6 pounds total. I have decreased my body fat percentage by 4.3%, which I think is crazy. I'm really happy about that. I've only gained about just over a pound of muscle. My basal metabolic rate, so the amount of calories my body burns just to function, has not really changed much, unfortunately. My body pod estimates your metabolic age, and I've taken 4 years off of my metabolic age, and that is something that I have not been able to move since I got the scale. I have had the scale for over a year, and I really do love it, and I've always like, that's one number where I'm like, oh, like my body is actually like so much older than me, and that's something I've wanted to decrease, and I've taken 4 years off, which is amazing. I also decreased my visceral fat, which is like the fat around your organs and stuff. You don't want a lot of that. I've decreased it by 2 points, and for reference, because I don't really know what the metric is called, the scale is like 1 to 25. So if that gives you an idea of like going down in 2 points, like I feel like that's a pretty big deal. And I've also recorded my lowest resting heart rate at night ever on my Ultrahuman ring. When you are more fit and more healthy, your heart rate is lower at rest and, you know, typically at night and stuff. So those are my overall stats, along with what you see in the changes in my body. And I'm so happy happy about it, especially because this was such a sustainable challenge. And I want to talk more about that. Before we get into the Q&A, just some tools that have helped me. Of course, I love my Body Pod Analyzer. It will be linked. Also my Ultra Human ring. It is not sold in the US currently, but if you do have one, your warranty's still good. It still works. And I will keep you updated. They're trying to get it back in the US. It's a patent issue, in my opinion. It's dumb, whatever. I love, love, love my Ultra Human ring, and I have for over a year now. It's seriously amazing. It has changed my life. With that, before this challenge started, I got my blood taken through Ultra Human Blood Vision. They have this thing called Blood Vision where you can purchase a panel through them essentially, and it's a full, complete blood panel, and then it takes your results and compares it to your ring stats so you can see like the actual lifestyle choices and how they affect your literal blood work. It is on sale actually right now for Black Friday up until December 2nd. 15% off. I will have this linked in the description box. If you have an Ultra Human ring, amazing, but you can also actually get this done without the ring if you're curious about a full blood panel. So right now it is on sale. It is such a cool thing though to see like, oh yes, there are changes in how you look and how you feel, but it's like, okay, what is my body reading? Like, what is the science behind it? You know, I really think it is so interesting. So that's on sale, and I wanted to mention that to you. Step into 2026 with your biomarkers decoded. Understand where your body's at from a scientific breakdown. Okay, anyways. So I only gained like a pound of muscle, and I was really pushing it. I was really eating my protein. And the thing is, if you want to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Yes, but I need to give you a major tip. So it is advised that your calorie deficit is maximum 500 calories per day. So if you burn 2,000 calories in a day, the lowest amount you should be eating is 1,500 calories, because a small deficit over a long period of time is the most beneficial for your body composition and your sustainability, okay? If you have a larger deficit and say, you know, you burn 2,000 calories in a day, but you're only eating 1,000 calories. Yes, you'll be losing fat, but studies do show this can stop muscle growth, or you might even start losing muscle. I know it's tempting to eat less so that you can shed more pounds of fat, but the thing is you really, really have to pace yourself because you don't want to be losing muscle. That is dangerous. That's not good for aging. And why would I want to be like so skinny and have no muscle? You know, like I want to lose fat, yes, but I want to maintain and or build muscle, you know? So just be so cautious if you are in a calorie deficit. Do not go larger than a 500 calorie deficit. Really important, really crucial. And I do think some days I did that. And I'm bringing this up because I think I did that a little bit, which is why I didn't grow much muscle. And so I'm learning, and moving forward, I need to eat more. And I need to not think like, oh, but if I like, you know, have a large deficit today, like I'm gonna get skinny, because like that's not it, okay? Word of caution for you. Word of caution for me, that is something I am going to change moving forward. When I was asked this question, I'm like, oh, there's like nothing I really want to like change. Like I like what I did, but no, I probably need to eat more. Treat yourself kind, and that's a word on calorie deficits. Remember, long-term, small changes are the best. Slow and steady wins the race. It does. Since this is a heavily yap section, I figured we'd at least change some scenery. So I moved to the bed, and let's start the Q&A portion. The first one is, are you still pursuing your personal training qualification? The answer is yes. I actually finished all of my readings and all of my quizzes. All I have left to do is the final exam. I wanted to do it really just to become more knowledgeable, and so that when I talk about these things, you know, health and fitness, like I actually know what I'm talking about, and I've done the learning and I'm spreading real correct information. Favorite part of the challenge, besides like obviously it made me feel really good throughout and towards the end especially, it was really nice seeing honestly people show up in my comment section video after video and like know that I did have people not only cheering me on but also maybe doing it with me or their own version with me. And then also just learning how to push myself again. I feel like I haven't actually pushed myself in a while, and that's a really good thing to do, is push yourself. The hardest part, I will say, filming yourself for 90 days in a row does get kind of old, and I'd never take this for granted, but you know, just having to film yourself constantly, there are pros and cons to it. Other than that, it's like, you know what was the hardest is decreasing my sweets. Oh my goodness, it was so hard in the beginning. so hard. And I've made an insane amount of progress with that. I'm not as addicted to sweets now as I was when I started, but that was the hardest part. What did I learn? So much, honestly. I feel like I'm probably gonna talk about a lot of different things I've learned. I already talked about meal prepping and stuff, so that will be answered throughout. Anything you will continue doing after the challenge? Honestly, most of these habits I'm gonna keep up with. I might not be perfect, and I will say showing up to film every day does help motivate me and keep me accountable, but I do plan to just kind of do most of these things every single day moving forward. What you did is very sustainable. Will you keep going, or is there anything you'll stop doing? I agree, okay? I have done intense challenges before, and I'm so happy that I built something sustainable for me, because every time I try something intense, it's like, oh, you get these great results, but then I can't keep it. And I've tried so many things. I've tried, insane like cardio challenges. I've tried 75 hard, and some of those things, they are meant for some people, they're not meant for me. And that's okay. It's funny, Keith sometimes is like, oh, are you gonna try 75 hard again? Like, next year or whatever. And I just don't think I have it in me. I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to do it. And that's okay. But my point of trying all those things is like, you don't really know what works so well with you until you try things like that. And I'm really happy with this challenge. I tried new things. I tried meal prepping, which I've never done before. I tried different wake up times. I tried different strategies. And it's just the more you try, the more you find what clicks for you and what really works. And what you enjoy and what works is the most sustainable. And I've made so much progress in 3 months. Like, imagine if I keep all of this stuff up for the next year, And of course there are lifestyle factors that may get in the way. There's some genetic factors, there's XYZ, whatever, but that's why finding your own personal challenge, personal variables, and what just works for you, what you enjoy and what you can stick to with still pushing yourself, it just feels like magic. And from here too, like, because I feel so good in my body, my energy, I just feel like re-inspired, and I'm excited to see what else I can do with like my training and stuff. Do I want to change it up? Do I want to? Actually, I have a lot of plans that I'm trying out, so I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like I have a couple different avenues and journeys that I want to go on and I want to try, and there are things that I've never dedicated myself to before, so there's a lot coming. And it's fun because I feel like I'm at such a good place where I know what works for me, that now if I want to change it up and like test something out and try something, not an intense challenge. It's hard to describe when I'm like not trying to spoil my like upcoming like content plans and stuff, but I've learned so much about myself and my body and how my brain works with all of this, and when something is truly like meant for me, that I'm ready to take on new challenges, if that makes sense. I might change things, like I kind of want to increase my protein intake. This one says, I also made challenges for myself that were inspired by 75 hard but more suitable for me, but unfortunately I was always struggling and never finished any challenge. Do you have any tips on how to stay disciplined and motivated to do better? Oh gosh, I honestly think it's so hard in the beginning, and there's actually, what's it called? It's like the cycle of, I think what I'm thinking of is called the emotional cycle of change: uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, valley of despair, informed optimism, success and fulfillment. It's like a bell curve. Look into this, because so often when we go on journeys, we start at one spot and it's like you're all motivated, whatever. You're able to start and then you're into it, it's getting hard, and then you get to the valley of despair, which is like the bottom of the bell curve, and it sucks. And that's where a lot of people quit. But the breakthrough is where it matters most, to continue all the way up. Look into this. It's, I think, like a psychology phenomenon, but I loved learning about this. I learned about this like 2 years ago, and I think about it a lot actually. But I think some tips for me, because I do recognize that because my schedule is so flexible, like that is something I have that other people don't. That is ultimately something that is easier. But at the same time, I do also think I have discipline. It's something I've worked on for so long. It's something I've created for myself. And I think a lot of times when you start crumbling, it's like you can make a mistake. You can't get too down on yourself. Mistakes happen, but you don't want to make 2 mistakes or 3 mistakes. And I think it's so hard when we make a mistake, we just want to throw the day away and be like, oh, I messed up. Like I'll restart tomorrow. Or, oh, this isn't working. Like, I think it's just so hard to not do that, and you really have to pick yourself up. And part of the reason actually I did weekly goals instead of necessarily daily is so that I wouldn't be so hard on myself when I did mess up, because I did mess up and I was honest about all of it to you. I mean, if I didn't have honesty, what do I have? Then my content has no value, right? And so I was honest with you about essentially every single move I made in my whole 90 days of life. And so I think a lot of times when it gets hard, you have to find ways that allow you to just push through. For example, if you're tired and you don't want to work out, something I used to do is I'd lay down, I'd set a 10-minute timer, I'd put my phone away. As soon as the alarm went off, I would just get up. I'm like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. You know how Mel Robbins has that like thing, like 3, 2, 1, go. Or designing your environment to benefit you, designing your schedule to benefit you. Putting your workout clothes out the night before. Sometimes people just simply overlook those things. You know, really design your environment to benefit you. Have something to look forward to. Maybe you like energy drinks, okay? Buy a couple energy drinks to get you up and get you going and get your workout in. But also, don't be so hard on yourself. I think that is the hardest thing, and that's why I'm so happy that like I didn't have the factor of, oh, if I mess up, I have to start over, because for me, I feel like that is not good on me mentally, and I think it helped a lot. And you gotta be kind to yourself, but also through this, I feel like you do learn when you need to give yourself grace and when you know you're just being lazy. And I mean, I get it. We all can be lazy, so try to become self-aware about that. Did you struggle less with those unintentional / impulsive sweet treats as time went on? Yes. Oh my gosh. If so, how? Would love to hear about your reflection on dialing in on your nutrition, as it's what I struggle with most too. Okay, I have already talked about this, but I think meal prepping was such a game changer with me. And yes, in the beginning, oh my gosh, I wanted sweets so bad. So bad. And I didn't like fully cut out sugar, right? Here I am. I just use like real coffee creamer in my coffee. You know, it's full of sugar. I didn't overdo it. That's why I measured it to have an appropriate amount. But these things can fit in your diet where you allow them to. Anyways, if you don't meal prep, highly recommend just trying it out. Also, if I would give in too much, I would kind of open up this rabbit hole and then end up like binge eating sweets. And sometimes I would let it happen in the beginning, and then sometimes I would try to think of ways to stop. Like, okay, drinking a bunch of water, making peppermint tea, brushing my teeth to try to like just get out of there, leaving the kitchen, leaving the apartment, going for a walk, like remove yourself from the environment. There's a couple different things that you can try to see if it helps you at all. But I will say the hardest time is in the beginning, and as time goes on, it does get easier. So think about that. It does get easier. And I mean, when I finish my dinner, of course, I'm gonna want a sweet treat. Like, it's just kind of, I don't know, natural. I've always had a sweet tooth my entire life. But these days, I just don't go for it, and it doesn't affect me as much. So over time, it does get better. But try little things like that. You know, as soon as you finish eating, go for a walk. Get out of there. Get out of the kitchen. Drink a bunch of water. Make sure you're having a good amount of protein at your meals too, so that you are satiated. And you know, if you're really, really full, it is harder to crave other food. And sometimes you really just have to push. Like sometimes you just have to put your foot down and push. Did you have a plan in place, or would you have taken a break if a serious life event occurred that would have prevented you from accomplishing your tasks due to either physical or emotional exhaustion? Look, if I need a break, I'm giving myself a break. And again, like I said, through trial and error, you do learn when you're just being lazy versus when you actually need to give yourself grace. If something happens, you know, if a family member gets sick, this, that, whatever, like I am not worrying about my tasks for the day. I'm worrying about my mental health, my family, my whatever. You know, when life comes at you, because it's always going to happen, put those things first. You know, you have your whole life to chase fitness goals. That's what I'll say. Like if something like that happens, worry about yourself and your loved ones. Don't worry about your fitness goals, okay? That doesn't mean eat chocolate all day. But you know, like if you don't have time to meal prep for the week and you're just surviving, maybe you just have to survive. That can happen. Food prep gadgets worth the money. The main things I would use are, the oven, air fryer. I do use the KitchenAid, which is pricey, but honestly, if you cook a lot and if you bake, especially, the KitchenAid is so worth it. I did get it for Christmas last year, which I'm very blessed and happy that I got it for Christmas, so I did not have to purchase it. But also a veggie chopper. If you eat a lot of veggies and you don't like cutting them up, veggie chopper is like $20 on Amazon. Get one of those. I would say that's really it. You don't need all the gadgets. Solid knife and cutting board. I feel like everyone has an air fryer these days, but I really do love the air fryer. Oh, and get some solid containers. Get some nice glass containers with some nice snap lids. Ooh, this is good. How do you make sure you don't fall back into habits you don't want to keep after the challenge? Honestly, if I haven't talked about it enough, I feel like meal prepping is something that it keeps me on track without me having to think. And I think that is key to making sure you don't kind of slip, as well as, I guess, having a strategic plan for your workouts. You know, nutrition, in my opinion, makes the biggest difference overall. So if I can have something that helps me with that variable that's not just like in my control, in my decisions day to day, that makes a huge difference for me. So that's part of the reason I love meal prep so much. And then also for my workouts, like walking into workouts blindly, I think is like the worst thing you can do. So that's why I love following that Live app. And if I ever choose to change up my training, you know, depending on what season of life I'm in, I will follow a specific program. I don't think I'll ever work out without following a program unless it's just like a one-off week where I I'm like traveling or something. Those are the main two things that really keep me on track. And also, I just gotta remember to sleep. My sleep has been so awesome and it's progressed so much throughout the challenge, and I've kept it up. I haven't filmed in like a week and a half, I think is what I said. And my sleep's been great. I almost slept 9 hours 2 nights ago. Last night was like 7.5, but the night before that, almost 9 hours. And it was quality sleep too, okay? Smallest / easiest habit that has had the biggest impact. I'm gonna say it one more time, meal prep. Is it small? I don't know. Is it easy? Honestly, it's easy. It just takes time. And the way I do it is not hard. Have you ever done a DEXA scan? I have not. I would like to do this. I actually have never looked into where I can get one done. My body pod scale is supposed to be, I think, like 96% accurate compared to a DEXA scan, but DEXA is like the most accurate, right? So I would like to do that someday. And if I do, I will take you with. That should be something new I want to try. You know how I'm doing that? Something new every month? Do you think you will do another attempt at 75 hard or soft or another 90-day challenge in the new year? So I have some other, I think, plans for like challenges or kind of journeys or whatever for the new year. I have so much in my brain right now, so there will be more to follow along. As far as 75 hard, I don't think so. I don't think I want to do it. Also, like drinking a gallon of water a day is simply too much for me. I am barely 5'1". I don't really ever share my weight on here, but I'm less than 130 pounds. A gallon of water? I can't. I just can't. And you know what? I've done it, and I've gone to the point where I felt sick. So I just think 75 hard is just, it's not for me. And the thing is, it's not one size fits all. And that's why I made something customizable to me. 75 soft, I don't know if I really care to be honest. Maybe I'll do another 90-day challenge next year, but I have a few more things I want to do before then. Again, subscribe, stay tuned. I have a lot planned. I'm excited. And I'm especially just excited because I've been feeling so good. How are you feeling after the 90 days? I just feel amazing. Something I actually journaled about this morning. I wrote, I've just been so happy, energetic, and productive. And that is so true. I've gotten so much done the past few weeks. I've been literally like life is worth living. That's like how I've been feeling. And I wrote this and I circled it a bunch of times. I feel so aligned. Like what I've been doing lately, I just think clicks so much for me. I feel so aligned. Everything I've been doing just feels right. And I'm building my confidence too. I feel like there was a moment in my filming where I was just feeling so beat down for a minute because I was just listening to too many opinions. And when you put yourself online, you get opinions. I'm not saying that, I'm the victim here because I know that. I post myself, I get opinions, it's how it works. But I've been better about being confident in what I choose to do with myself. And, maybe acknowledging an opinion and thinking, oh, is that something I want to try? Oh, is that something I want to consider? Or take it with a grain of salt. Or, oh, that's just irrelevant to me. Like, read it and move on. I feel like I've just made so much mental progress as well. And that's something I've been needing, okay? I said in the beginning of this journey that I wanted to change not only my body long term, because I felt so like roller coastery lately, but my brain. And I've been so productive and just feeling so much more confident. And I think building my confidence it's just one of the biggest things ever. And so how am I feeling? That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling aligned. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. And I'm feeling so great that like I've just been keeping up with this stuff because it just feels natural. Again, I haven't filmed in a week and a half. I'm not just doing this for the camera. I've been keeping up with all of this because I just want to keep going. Like I want to keep going. And so I'm going to keep going. I'm just so happy I've been able to both achieve and show you that you can get real sustainable results without doing something insane and intense and bending over backwards. It is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. Speaking of meal prep, it is dinner time. Let me show you what I made for this week. This is a kind of like healthy pasta. I know it's not very sauce heavy. I only got one sauce when I should have gotten two. That was my bad, but it's ground turkey, seasoned, and then plain red sauce, which is very low calorie. And then I threw in some spinach at the end to cook that down and just get some more greens. And then for the noodles, it's actually protein pasta. This isn't a new thing, but I've never tried this before. It's not the same as like the chickpea pasta. I've had chickpea, the Banza brand, but I've never had these until this week. So it's been pretty good, pretty yummy, and very satiating. And who doesn't love pasta? All right, we just walked dunks and now I'm entering recovery mode because my body is still stiff. First things first, hot bath. I had these like muscle soak bath salts. I ran out, but you know what? A hot bath still has some benefits. Honestly, the bath was not hot enough, but nevertheless, we tried. Next up, magnesium, and you can hear the tea kettle is just about ready. while I let my tea steep, I have to show you the coolest new thing. I am so obsessed with these compression boots, recovery boots. I tried these, not these exact ones, but I tried this for the first time ever when I went to Abu Dhabi in February, and I was obsessed. And I'm really thinking that they'll help me a lot with how stiff my legs are from that gymnastics class. I got them like a week ago, and I've already used them like 4 times because I'm literally just so obsessed. They're just the coolest thing. It's like, it's similar to how you get like your blood pressure taken. It puffs up, I'll show you obviously, and then it holds and releases, and it's just, oh, it's so nice. It's so good for like circulation if you're inflamed. Obviously that's why, you know, Abu Dhabi, I was in the air for like 15 to 20 hours, so I was super swollen. So using these after that was so nice. And I've been really sore lately, so I feel like it's been helping. I'm putting it on the full hour. You can change the time and the intensity. I like to do a high medium. The high gets really tight and the low is like not enough for me, and you can choose combination, circulation, or sequence. And I just put Dancing with the Stars on. But so I'm gonna sit and watch Dancing with the Stars with these boots on. So right now it's filling up my feet, and then it'll move up and then release. I like literally am obsessed. Now it's like full. It's getting tight. We have one more section to go. It looks so funny from this wide angle. Like I just look like I have giant feet. And since you can change the amount it blows up, obviously it fits a lot of different size legs. I think they also might have different size boots too. And now it's deflating. Oh, okay. Thank you. The ultimate recovery recipe. I've gotten a few DMs asking about these boots because I keep posting them on my story because I keep using them so often, and I was able to get a 15% off coupon code, so I'll have that in the description box if you are interested. Okay, so Whitney from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives just went home from Dancing with the Stars. I can't tell if I'm surprised or not. She's a very talented dancer. She wasn't perfect, but also the show premiered a few days ago. Last week maybe? I watched the whole thing already, of course. I don't have that many reality shows that I genuinely like love to watch. That show though, love it. Finished it so quick. I mean, she's not like the favorite on the show, let's be real. And so she's made progress throughout the seasons, but I'm wondering if that's what got her off. Like, if people stopped voting for her that were voting for her because they watched the show. I low-key was hoping Dylan was gonna go home. Yes, he's like attractive, whatever, which Zac Efron was in the audience tonight, which is crazy. But I just really don't think he's that good. He looks good because Daniela, oh my god, Daniela is my favorite female pro. She's literally amazing. It's just after 9:30. I want to get a really good night's sleep tonight to continue recovering my body. The last thing I want to mention, I know I've talked about a lot of products and brands in this video, but I really don't promote things that often, and these are either products or brands I genuinely love. And you know how much I love my Ultra Human ring. Ultra Human has the Ultra Human home device, which I've shown and talked about on my channel. It's a super cool thing, and it's actually the world's most advanced ambient sleep monitor, which is so cool. I will link my video of me opening it and telling you all about it, but it essentially monitors your environment. I've been learning how important my sleep environment actually is throughout this series. For example, I am someone who definitely needs it cooler in the room at night to sleep optimally, and with the Ultra Human Home, it'll give you a sleep score for your environment, a respiratory health score, so it'll detect any breathing irregularities, which is super cool, especially for people that may have like sleep apnea and don't know about it, or do and they want to monitor it. It detects 500 noise patterns, which is crazy. The data is super secure too with all the audio, but in the US for Black Friday, you can get 25% off, the highest discount I've seen. And it's so cool to see how everything is so connected and so tied, and sleep is such an important factor to me. And throughout this years, I've been doing so much work to improve my sleep, and environment is one of those things that contributes to improving my sleep. I am also someone who does wake up throughout the night sometimes. Sometimes it's from Dunkin', sometimes I don't really know why, but this is something that can help me figure out why. So there's really just so much to it, so many cool things, and there's a ton of updates ever since I unboxed it for the first time. So I just love how Ultra Human is so innovative. I'm very passionate about the brand, which you probably know by now, but they just keep evolving. They're always a step ahead. There's just new things all the time. It just gets better and better, and I just think the tools are so cool. The sale goes till December 1st. Click the link in the description box if you're interested. I'll have everything from this video, of course, in the description box, but it is bedtime. Thank you so much for following along this series and my day today, recapping you. I will answer any more questions that you have, but I'm really feeling amazing, and there's more to come. I have a lot more that I want to do, especially since I've been feeling so good. It just kind of opens up the door for me to like want to try other things, and I'm trying to plan exciting things. So stay tuned, subscribe, please subscribe if you have not. Please like this video and leave me a comment, and I'll see you in my next one.